Well, thank you for that warm applause, especially considering most of you looked at my bio and said, who is this guy? And then you looked a little further and said, we still have a base in Los Angeles? Yep, that massive base that takes me 3 times to run around just to complete my PT test. But it's an honor to be able to come up here and visit with you guys at Vandenberg. It's an honor to really be the guest speaker for 18 Bravo. That's what we're here to see. We're not here to see me. You guys will forget about me at the end of this. You'll remember what the flavor of the cake was before you remember what I have to say. I came up here a little early so I could spend some time with the class, and a little trade tip for you guys that are doing guest speaking is I tried to find out maybe I could get some material for my speech. So I did a little open Q&A with them. No questions were off limits. And they hit me with the hard stuff. Like, at LA Air Force Base, has your first sergeant council ever lost in volleyball to an ALS class? What's your favorite color? And did you know you look like Matt Damon? Blue, never, all the time. But, so ALS is a good time, right? I had a blast when I was in ALS. My commandant, he had a great idea. He decided to put us in 2 parades while we were in ALS. One was the Yorktown Day Parade, the other one was the Virginia Beach Veteran Day Parade. So I was at Langley Air Force Base, and you'll never endear your airmen more than making them come in on a Saturday in service dress and marching in a parade. We love that stuff. Super excited. To get ready for these parades, we would practice every day after class. And we would march in circles around the ALS building. So we would march straight, do a column right, march straight, column right. NASCAR fans, you getting it? A lot of straightaways, a lot of column rights. We would practice 5 to 6 times a day until it was time for the parade. So we come in on a Saturday, service dress, again, super excited to be there on a Saturday, service dress, 24 years old, have nothing better to do anyway, and we're gonna march in this parade at Yorktown. During the practice, our instructor was marching to the side of us. For the parade, they made him march out front. The problem with that is he doesn't see us, we don't see him, and I'm not real tall, so I can't even see what's going on anyway. And we're marching just fine, going down the straightaway, hitting the parade route, and about halfway through, he starts to try to call cadence. The problem is he was literally marching to the beat of his own drummer. And when he called hub 2, 3, 4, his hub was on our tube, and you guys can figure out what happened. It was hub 2, 3, 4, and this is us. 5 or 6 more times, never gets old, right? Just keep all the way down the parade route. There's little kids on the side of the road that are yelling at us. Left, left, left. Get on the bus. I think I cried a little that night. And we did have a chance at redemption at the Virginia Beach Veterans Day Parade. So we show up in Virginia Beach, again on a Saturday in service dress. We fired the other instructor. We had somebody else march us this time. And she stayed to the left of us, like we practiced. And amazingly, we stayed in step the entire parade route. Except for at the end of the parade route, we had to turn left. I don't know if you guys remember what I said we practiced. Anybody? What did we practice? Right. Yeah, column right. It's amazing what you forget after 3 years of leaving basic training when it comes to marching, but you don't know how to turn left if somebody's only taught you how to turn right. Column left, harsh, train wreck. The force of, nobody can figure out how to do this, and we're pushing and shoving. Turn left, just turn left. I swear the entire Virginia Beach VFW was placed right there with their funny hats on, yelling at us, "Get it together, Air Force, get it together!" How many parades did you guys march in? Hopefully none. But I know that the students of 18 Bravo had a great time. And you know what, leaders, supervisors, commanders, they're ecstatic to come back and show you what they learned in this crash course in leadership called AOS. They're ecstatic to serve you and serve your unit. And that's really what I want to talk about tonight, is service. I think we miss I think society as a whole, you don't see service like you used to, right? You guys ever go through a Burger King drive-thru and feel like you're inconveniencing them when you order a hamburger? Like, I'm sorry, I asked for no pickles. I'm trying to pay you here. But that's the way it feels sometimes, right? Customer service is gone. And I'm afraid it's bleeding over into our military sometimes, too. We inconvenience folks when they can't wear black lipstick. It looks good, can't wear it in uniform. We inconvenience folks when they can't wear their faux hawk. It's very convenient on Veterans Day to be a part of the military and you get your free meal at Applebee's. But that's not what it's all about, right? When I joined the Air Force, my grandfather, he was like, man, I'm really proud that you joined the service. And that's what the old timers called it, the service. Makes sense. You're serving your country. You're providing a service. You're providing this blanket of freedom to everyone out there. But you still hear rumblings out there that people feel like it's just a job. They clock in, they clock out. They show up 1 minute before they're supposed to be at work, probably get on Facebook before they get on their email, and then do a little work, clock out as soon as they're allowed to go home. When I worked at the Gaylor NCO Academy, Chief Gaylor used to spend a lot of time with us. And one of the things he used to talk about was when he retired, he would wear an imaginary button on his jacket at USAA that said, what do you get paid to do? And it reminded him he's getting paid to provide a service to people. And we get paid benefits as well. It's not our right. That's what you're getting paid to do. And some of you guys get that. Understood. Some of you guys have a hard time because you feel like, well, my job isn't that important. I work in an office. I work in finance. I clean teeth. How does that contribute to bombs on target? It really doesn't. So, General John Bessie, the late General John Bessie, put it best. Former Chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff. And I'm paraphrasing here, so don't quote me. None of you guys are recording me anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But he said, the ultimate test of the armed forces is to provide the security of our nation. However, all of our service members are tested in less awesome ways every single day. It's the sum of everything they do that makes the armed forces great. There is no degree of importance on the service you provide to our people. What is important is that you do your job and you do your best. So it doesn't matter if you're waving folks in at the gate, if you're working in finance and approving a travel voucher. We need you to accomplish the mission. If we didn't, we wouldn't have you. And in order to be a better service member and to better serve our country, we have to invest. You know what you need to invest in? The most important asset you own. You know what that is? That's you. You need to invest in yourself. And I get it. Service before self. I have the book. But you have to serve yourself. A quote that I overuse, so obviously I'll use it again tonight. Rick Warren. The moment you stop learning, the moment you stop leading. The moment you stop growing, how do you expect to grow anyone else? How do you expect to invest in other folks if you can't even grow yourself? I'll put it even simpler to you. Who's flown on an airplane? Everybody, probably, hopefully, freaking Air Force. Anyway, so if you've flown in an airplane and you didn't have your headphones on at the time and you weren't paying attention to your iPhone, the flight attendant said, in the event of emergency, when the oxygen mask drops, put it on yourself before you help other people. Why? Because you can't help anybody else if you're dead and unconscious. You guys aren't going to die, but what I'm saying is you have to invest in yourself if you expect to help other people out. But still, it goes further than that. In 5 years, most of you in here will be the same person you are right now. The only thing that's going to change is the books you've read, the college you've taken, and the people you've met. You have to continue to seek out those opportunities to grow, to seek out the college opportunities, to read books. And my mom probably wasn't the only one that said this, but she said, you show me your friends, I'll show you who you are. I'm sure a lot of your folks said that to you. If you want to grow, and you find yourself that you're the smartest person in the room, it's really tough to grow. You got to surround yourself with folks that are more successful than you. I'm a competitive person by nature, and if you're more successful than me, it's going to spark something. It's going to spark this fire in me that's going to make me want to grow even more. And finally, you got to focus on those future challenges that you're not prepared for. It's easy to be a leader when nothing is going wrong, when everything is just straight and narrow, and you're like, yeah, I'm a great leader. And then suddenly the wheels fall off. Suddenly you have to do a column left. If you're not prepared for it, you're going to have a hard time. So seek out and try to find those future challenges you may face. Because you know what? People follow those that are naturally stronger than them. The only way to get stronger is to, well, go to the gym, but to invest in yourself and become a stronger leader. And then your airmen will follow you as well. Last and most importantly, you got to serve your airmen. In 18 Bravo, a lot of you are putting on stripes tonight. And if you're not, you're putting them on in the near future. And you're going to have new airmen. As a first sergeant, one of the worst stereotypes I feel that's out there is my only role is as a disciplinarian. Heck, most people just think first sergeant, disciplinarian. That's something I fought against my entire time being a first sergeant. That is not my only role. That is a small, minuscule thing that I do. My role is to take care of folks, take care of people. You know, the morale, discipline, welfare, quality of life of all my people. Well, my supervisors in my units, they do that every day. And they do a better job because they know their people. You have to continue to serve your folks. Those stripes that you're getting on your sleeve, those aren't yours. Those are theirs. Those stripes are going to allow you to take care of your airmen. 3 big things when taking care of your airmen, right? Discipline. Correcting those actions. Getting them back on track. It's not always easy. You see it every day. People walk around with their hands in their pockets and people don't say anything about it. Why? Don't want to say anything. People who have the wrong haircut, don't say anything. People smell bad, didn't take a shower, don't say anything. Everybody's afraid to offend somebody nowadays. You know what? If you're doing the right thing and you're saying it for the right reasons, and you're saying it to help somebody, you're not going to offend them. There's a big difference between being offensive and offending somebody, right? I mean, if I came into work tomorrow and I said, hey, Airman Johnson, my dog took a dump last night. It smelled terrible. You know what it reminded me of? You. That's offensive. However, if you came into work and you're like, hey, Aaron Johnson, I've been noticing, your hygiene hasn't been so great lately. What's been going on in your life? And you know what? You'd be surprised when he tells you. You'd be surprised the things that they may be dealing with at home. That's your chance to intervene and help them out. Next, obviously, we want to reward our folks. And I think we've got to really work on our baseline on rewards. Me PCSing to another base doesn't necessarily warrant an award. I better have done something. Just because I move, like, hey, you're a hero, you're going to another base, here's a medal. That's not the way we should do it, folks. People need to earn that stuff. If people stop earning, they're not going to be motivated to do anything. If I give my kid a brand new $30,000 car, guess what? He's probably not going to take care of it because he didn't earn it. Make people earn stuff. And then once they do earn it, and they are your star performer, and they do win an award, and I've seen this too, they're not ineligible for the next award. If they earn it, give it to them. Oftentimes we go, hey, you won it, give somebody else a chance. It's not about everybody getting a trophy, it's about deserving, and whoever deserves it gets it, right? I know the Philadelphia Eagles, if we said you can't win the Super Bowl next year, they'd be pretty pissed off. So make sure you're rewarding people for the right reasons. And lastly, feedback. Make sure you're giving feedback, not 3 times a year, every day. When that EPR comes out, they shouldn't be surprised at the rating, right? They shouldn't be surprised at what they got. They shouldn't be surprised at you're great, you're bad, you're marginal. They should be hearing that every single day from you. And you know what? I would challenge you to ask for feedback. I get it all the time. Toilet seats up. My wife is great at giving feedback, so I hear about it all the time. What I'm saying is feedback is valuable, and you need to make sure you're giving it to your folks and you're asking for it as well. So I'm going to leave you with one last story. Stop looking at your watches, you already missed the Olympics. Just hopefully you DVR'd it. I'm going to hit an anniversary of such here in a few months. Well, actually, in about a month and a half. March 23rd, 1994, I was stationed at Pope Air Force Base, North Carolina. And it was just doing my job, right? It's just another day, training day. Nothing really important going on. We had one jet in the air, no flying schedule. So we were loading bombs on a jet for the next day's flying mission. Practice bombs, just a job. While we were loading these practice bombs, one of my crew members dropped one on the ground. I looked at him, like, dude, what the hell, right? And he just started pointing in the air. When I turned around, I see a C-130, 2 orange and white parachutes, one of our F-16s with no nose, no canopy, gear down, full afterburner, hurtling down the runway. As it got closer, it veered off the runway and came over the ramp. Going at about 350 to 400 miles an hour, it came to our position and cleared our heads by about 25 feet. At that point, if you ever had a change your pants moment, that's it. 25 feet, an F-16 flying over your head at 350 miles an hour is it's way too close for comfort. We ducked behind the truck. It cleared our row of aircraft, hit the pavement, bounced into a C-141 that they just finished refueling, and exploded. It sent a fireball through 282nd Airborne paratroopers that were back there waiting to load. 100 were injured, 23 were killed. I've been in the Air Force for 1 year at the time. 1 year, just a job. I went home pretty shook up. No social media at that time. Also no cell phone, so I called my parents collect, of course, and told them I was okay. Next phone call was to my grandfather. My grandfather, he flew 34 missions over Germany during World War II. 26 of them in the B-26. He was shot down twice. The last time he was taken POW until the end of the war. So we had a common bond, that service, that profession of arms. He comforted me, talked about some of the losses he had, and then he penned me a letter and mailed it out. I have the letter here. I'll put it up there because some of you have never seen a handwritten letter before. If it was a text, I probably would have deleted it by now. Anyway. March 23rd, 1945, my life was spared for a second time on my final mission over Heidelberg, Germany, 49 years ago this same day. So, dear grandson, we must again give God the credit for saving the life of a member of our family and the lives of our brothers at arms. Jason, the sense of military reasoning and knowledge of logistics and military science and the training and movement of troops in war or peace gives no guarantees that there will be no casualties as such. When there are, we must contribute them to the fortunes of war and the price of training to be the best. So every day when you come in, your job is important. Your service is important. A, I'd like to thank you for that service. And B, I'd like to guarantee you that I want to continue to serve alongside you, and I'm proud to serve with you guys tonight. So thank you.